Hey guys, so this is a quick demo for the SAP unit testing chatbot version 2. So I've made a lot of changes in the UI. It looks more professional now. Using the OAuth mechanism, once you log in into app, you get a config page basically. So now since I've connected this chatbot to my current org dev system, and you can enter, so I'm entering my current dev system name, like for example DHA, and this is my user ID, and I'm entering my system's password. Okay, and then login basically. Now that data is being stored in browser's local memory, and now you can start. So this is the landing page for the chatbot, right? I've given a couple of starters to begin with. You want to understand how it is working, so it is generating some kind of documentation for you from a system prompt. Like what is the workflow steps, how it behaves, how it fetches data step by step, and even that you don't understand, then you can ask AI, okay, how can I get started? So it will summarize the system prompt for you and generate a simple human understandable kind of a steps to get started with, like, okay, I'll fetch the class for you, then I'll fetch the method for you and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go back to our landing page, and let's say you just simply want to start writing a unit test case for a global ABAP class. So now the prerequisite is basically is designed to work only with the global classes for now, because I mean that's a best coding practice I assume everyone is following, right? Like you have to have modularized your code in a global class, and then you want to write a UTM or a unit test class for that global class. So you can say, okay, start writing the UTMs, help me write UTMs. It will go and fetch the top 5 classes you're working on in that dev system. Okay, so this is my current dev system. You can change that dev system anytime you want. And it is now talking to your SAP's dev system. Okay, let's say you don't want to continue with this class. You can take any of your classes. Let's say I'm just choosing this class for an example. Give him the class name. It will go and fetch the methods for you. It has only one method. No worries. Give the method name and it will start to analyze it. Okay, it goes back to your system, fetches the data, all the dependencies, your method source code, right? And it has given you a list of database tables I'm using in the method already. And the next stage will say, it will ask you basically, should I proceed? Should I proceed? And step by step, it's a workflow. So now we proceed to the next step, and it will now try to figure out the schema for all these tables, and then it will generate like this. See, so it has retrieved the schema for all those tables with the fields which I am using in my code. Okay, and let's say proceed. Yes, it's working behind the scene. It takes time because it is actually fetching data from the SAP system. Now it generated the test class for you. That's it. Your job is done, right? With proper SQL testables, following naming conventions. You can fine tune it as per your organization's naming convention or whatever coding structure style you follow, right? It all depends on what kind of examples you're feeding in, what kind of data you're feeding in. I have turned on the log, so you won't know what is going in the background, but a lot of context was fed into the AI so that it generates this code as accurate as possible and do not hallucinate, right? Because sometimes it will give you some fake class name and some fake method which is not even existing in SAP. And now it has generated used proper SAP ABAP SQL testables. It is creating the test data for you as per the fields you are using in your source code. Okay, and calling your cut method and then is asserting it, right? So pretty straightforward, easy. At least 90-95% development effort you can save with this thing, right? And then you can go on and on. You can say, okay, thanks, mark is done. So it will go ahead and mark the method as done, happy, fine. And all these threads are being persisted. You can rename this thread to whatever you want, right? Test one, demo one, and everything is being persisted in a PostgreSDB. And since everything is running on my, company's environment, so everything is connected to my company. But very easily we can make this tool available to public. I can, expose and add a lot of variables here where you can enter your host name, system API URLs and stuff like that. Or maybe you can create your local Postgres and put the URL here and connect it. So a lot of things are possible, right? And uh, since it is being persisted, so we can provide a feedback. Yeah, looks good. So which is will be used to fine tune it again and again, right? So feedback is saved, And in the settings also you can change the deployment models. Like maybe your company is having access to Gemini, so yeah, you can use Gemini or any other models available in the market. Play around with the temperature to have more accurate results, accurate responses every time, right? So these kind of features are available. And Yeah, and looking forward to any feedback or any more ideas which we can add on top of it to make a developer's life easy, especially in ABAP. Okay, thank you.